Ring of Honor's Best in the World is this Friday. And we haven't really covered Ring of Honor as much as I'd like to, just because of a lot of things, really. Just because of the local Sinclair place in my area being kind of wonky with television tapings, to where they've just basically had reruns the whole time, and where the live show would be like 5 o'clock in the morning or something ridiculous, which I don't mind, but it's just one of those things where you just kind of lose interest just because of bad television timing, and of course the acquisition of stadium and all that goes with that. But it is a good card nonetheless. And a lot of these I haven't seen in a while, so forgive me, but I'll try to put the pieces together as we go along here. First off, Flip Gordon faces Rush. Rush, of course, being from CMLL. And this is honestly an interesting match, I feel. This is going to be the pre-show match, by the way. Flip Gordon versus Rush. And I really don't know what they'll do here, because you have two great young talents that can do a lot, and I don't know what they'll do. I will pick Flip just because he does need it. He's been great at all. He was great at All In. He was great in the past couple cards for Ring of Honor, but I just feel like he needs it. He's kind of stalling out a little bit. Next up, Jay Lethal versus Kenny King. A match that is kind of par for the course, really. But I really don't know. This can honestly go either way. I will pick Lethal just because I feel Lethal probably would make sense. Next up, the Allures, Angelina Love and Mandy Leone, faces the women's champion, Kelly Klein and Jenny Rose. Now, with the Allure, obviously, just the beautiful people being a new gimmick, basically. For those that are unaware, a couple of months back, Madison Rayne left Ring of Honor because of this Allure stable, or was going to leave because that was the plan for her going on, to bring Angelina and Velvet Sky back in to Ring of Honor, or just bring them in, because I think this is the first time they've been in Ring of Honor to my knowledge. And of course, Madison left and then went to Impact, and then of course Mandy Leone was the obvious choice to be a beautiful person, or be whatever the Allure is supposed to be now, I believe. And they've been kind of been causing havoc over the past winter of the Women of Honor division. And Kelly Klein recently won the title against Sumi Sakai. And Jenny Rose is just there, honestly. But I will pick the Allure just because I feel that momentum needs to keep going. And it just needs to keep going. Next up, a very interesting match. The NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Nick Aldis, formerly known as Magnus, and a mystery partner, faces the Briscoe brothers. Of course, this stems off from the Crockett Cup, and of course, a couple weeks of Ring of Honor television. Just the Briscoes just being what they are, and just great at what they do, honestly. But Aldis doesn't have a partner, or hopefully it will be decided very shortly. But I will pick Aldis and the Mystery Man because it's going to be someone crazy, I feel, and it's going to be interesting. Next up, the Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Team Champions. Villain Enterprises, consisting of Marty Scurll, PCO, and Brody King. Brody King and PCO also are the NWA World Tag Team Champions, winning the Crockett Cup and winning the titles to go with it. Faces the Lifeblood team of Mark Haskins, Tracy Williams, and PJ Black, formerly Justin Gabriel, for those that remember him. But of course, he's still part of Lucha right now. He's still part of Lucha as far as I can remember. This will be for the Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Titles. I really don't know what to do here, because Scurll had a great showing at the Crockett Cup show. Had a great showing, could have been NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And I think I said before, if he isn't, then you have to put him towards the Ring of Honor World Title chase. But with that being said, it's going to be an upset of Haskins, Williams, and PJ, because I feel, again, since King and PCO, the NWA World Tag Champs, you need to have that as a traveling champion, much like you have with the NWA was woman NWA World Champion as a traveling champion. You're starting to have the NWA kind of becoming what they used to be back in the territory days, or even a couple of years ago when they had territories still. And then Scroll go for the world title or television title or something like that. Next up, we have Dalton Castle versus Dragon Lee. Of course, Dragon Lee, another CMLL talent for the exchanges of Ring of Honor, or at least with the talent exchange of them, and then AAA or New. Well, I mean, obviously besides New Japan, I think it's CMLL, not AAA. Yeah, and Dragon Lee, from what I've seen of him, is impressive, very impressive, and I think he could pick up the upset here, honestly. And our next match is a very interesting match, which kind of needs a little more background. It kind of goes towards the way of the pure title, in a way. It will be, it'll be Silas Young, the Last Royal Man, versus Jonathan Gresham in a pure rules match. Now, for those that don't understand what a pure rules match is, it goes off the days of the Pure Championship for Ring of Honor, which was kind of just more of a map-based, just great title, honestly. And the rules of that are very complicated, and I think it's been over a decade since we've gone over those rules, so I'll just go quickly about it. And those rules are very simple. The pure wrestling rules of Ring of Honor have only 3 rules. Well, a 4th one technically, but we'll get to that one in a little bit. First off, each wrestler has 3 rope breaks to stop submissions and pinfalls during the match. Of course, we see it all the time, using the ropes, and there's not really a limit of how many times you could use the ropes to break a submission or just to escape a pinfall. Of course, after a wrestler exhausts his free rope breaks, submissions and pins under the ropes are considered legal. Meaning, if he exhausts all his rope breaks and he has, say, a figure 4 on him, he cannot get it broken by the ropes. He would have to use the ropes as leverage to get that going and just get out of it that way. There are no close punches to the face allowed in a pure match. Only open hand slaps or chops are allowed. Punches to other parts of the body, of course, of low blow, instead of, not including low blows, are permitted. So punch the body, punch to the chest, punch somewhere else, but you cannot punch the face. The first use of a closed fist would get a warning. The second would cause the wrestler to be penalized for rope break if he has any. If he is out of rope breaks, he'd be disqualified. And of course, the traditional 20 count of Ring of Honor would be in effect. Now, there is one rule we cannot use with the pure title, of course. If there is a double count-out, double disqualification, the match will just restart. And that could still be in effect, I don't know. But with that being said, I feel like Silas Young, being the technical guy he is, being the pure wrestler he is, could win this match. And when we come back, we'll go over the last 2 matches on this card.